you guys are Twitch and YouTube. I don't. Do I want to proceed? Work with trusted partners to provide relevant advertising based on. I don't know. Like opt out, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so opt out. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. I have to opt out all this. Jeez. First time going live on through this software in a long time. So here we go. All right, we are live. So this is Bible Club. Welcome to Bible Club. If you've never been to Bible Club before, welcome to Bible Club. First rule of Bible Club is you definitely tell everyone about Bible Club. You can definitely talk about Bible Club. I encourage you to tell people about Bible Club. I encourage you to share Bible Club with others. Twitch. TikTok, I will eventually get you guys on the regular live stream. I'm just like struggling right now to do the whole stream key thing. Let's see, can I move this up here? This is risky. I'm gonna try it. Ooh, it's risky, but here we go. It's a little closer to the camera, so that way, there we go. That way it's a little, I know there's a lot of headroom, but you know what? It's okay because we do the work. Hair in my mouth, that's uncomfortable. All right, we're gonna get in today. So this is our second episode. We did one yesterday, kind of just impromptu. It was just on TikTok. So for those of you joining on YouTube and Twitch, welcome. We are not. For those of you just on Twitch, we're not streaming Borderlands. This is Bible Club. So let's jump in. We're gonna be in Numbers 16, 41 to 50. So quite a bit less reading than yesterday. Let's do this. But on the next day, all the congregation of the people of Israel grumbled against Moses and against Aaron, saying, "You have killed the people of the Lord." What the heck is happening? Let's jump back a second. I'm going to read it. Let's see. What is the context here? If we go back to the top of this chapter, verse 16, Korah's rebellion. Oh, okay. We just had Korah's rebellion, which means Korah and a group of them basically kind of rebelled themselves against God. They tried to say it was like Aaron and Moses, but it was really against God. So anyways, so they had gotten themselves killed basically. So now the people are going to grumble. Back in verse 42, and when the congregation had assembled against Moses and against Aaron, they turned toward the tent of meeting, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord appeared. And Moses and Aaron came to the front of the tent of meeting, and the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Get away from the midst of this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment." And they fell on their faces. And Moses said to Aaron, "Take your censer and put fire on it from the altar, and lay incense on it, and carry it quickly to the congregation, and make atonement for them. For wrath has come, so wrath has gone out from the Lord, the plague has begun." So Aaron took it as Moses said, and ran into the midst of the assembly, and behold, the plague had already begun among the people. He put on the incense and made atonement for the people, and he stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stopped. Now those who died in the plague were, now this is the part 49, this is what we're going to kind of focus on today, and it's going to make sense here in a minute. Now those who died in the plague were 14,700, besides those who died in the affair of Korah, which is the rebellion of Korah that happened before. And Aaron returned to Moses at the entrance to the tent of meeting when the plague was stopped. Okay, now I'm not, especially if you watched yesterday on TikTok, we're not going to go into and talk about discipline, rebellion, when people rebel against church leaders. We're not talking about any of that. We're actually going to talk about your personal lives today. And I had a little bit of a revelation. I don't know if it was the right revelation, but God was speaking to me this morning when I was reading this. And let's see, what's the way I want to... Okay, I want to go for more of just the personal side. So when you are sometimes the best way to improve your life is to remove something, not to add it. So sometimes if let's say you are in a bad relationship and he's not good for you, most of the time digging in deeper, getting married is not going to fix it, is not going to be the solution. Most of the time, breaking that off is the right answer, right? It's removing the negative, not committing to the negative more. It's in the financial world, there is a saying called not pouring. Oh, how does it go? Not pouring good money after bad. Basically, meaning just because you've already committed to it doesn't mean you have to keep pouring money, time, attention, all these things into it. So we see here. Okay, let's look at back up for a second. This is like a fledgling nation. And Doug, if you're watching, I know we had a Marco about this morning, but I decided this was going to be our Bible club. So I do eventually, I'm going to jump us into, if you guys have a favorite book of the Bible you'd like to go through, I am going to do an actual little bit more of a formal Bible study rather than just, hey, here's some thoughts for my Bible study this morning. Also leave a comment with what you were reading, what your Bible study was this morning. So with that, let's see if we have any comments. I'm on just Twitch. I want to switch to the multi-stream and see what we have. If you have any questions, comments, anything, feel free to message or comment on that. I would love to answer or communicate. So with that, they are this fledgling nation. They needed to get as big and strong from a worldly perspective, from a like using your noggin, just logistically. They needed to get as big and strong as possible, as fast as possible. Technically, to the sense where like selling out and like joining with another nation would actually have behooved them, as I said to Doug this morning in our Marco. It would have made sense even to like, hey, let's find another kind of fledgling or like a smaller, maybe like a tribal state, the state of Hawaii, right? Like the people of Hawaii are awesome, but it's a small island, right? Like, oh, they're great. Let's join with them. That kind of thing. Sorry, I watched episode 1 of Jason Momoa's show, and I now need to subscribe to Apple TV to watch the rest of it, but I'm reticent to do it because I don't know how much of Jason Momoa's butt my wife needs to see. So I want to watch the show, but I don't. So I've seen episode 1 and just how cool the people of Hawaii are, right? Like, let's join with someone like that. There were so many little places around they could have done that, and it would have made sense on paper, on from a logical perspective. We got to get big. We got to be able to establish ourselves. And instead, we're subtracting. It says, now those who died in this plague were 14,700, besides those who died in the affair of Korah. Okay. So that means we are losing people. 14,000. That's a lot of people. That's like, well, the town I live in is a little over 4,000 people. Round Mountain is like, I don't know, anywhere between, depending on the price of gold. My son and I, in here just a little bit, we're going to get on the road and head to Round Mountain and come hang out and do a Bible study with you guys, you wonderful Round Mountainers. It could be as low as 800 up to 1,200. I don't know. Let's say 1,000. This is almost 15,000 people. It's like 15 times the size of Round Mountain. The town I grew up in was 20,000 people. So this is almost the size of Atwater, California. When I was going there, and I think it's going to be bigger now. If nothing else, Jenna, I know you said you moved from Merced to Atwater, so it's at least one more, or however big your family is, so like 4 or 5. Yeah, so that's a lot of people. That's like an entire like medium-sized city, right? Like a decent-sized city is around 100,000 people, like Fresno, somewhere like that, right? Merced, I think is 80, 90, maybe 100,000. So that's a lot of people. That's like half a dozen rural Nevada towns that they're losing rather than gaining. But it was almost as to say like, oh, I want to get as big and strong as I can, doctor. I'm trying to gain weight and I'm trying to get strong. I'm not. I'm trying to lose weight. But if you're a bodybuilder, right? It's like, I don't cut that out. I need all of the mass I can have. No, this is cancer. You don't want this kind of mass. This is bad. And so in the same way, like they just lost these almost 1,500 people, but it was cutting out this cancer. It was from this rebellion that was being taken out. So at the end of the day, it was actually better that they were gone. And I don't want to get into too much of that and from the national side, but from our side as an individual, there's things like you want to improve your life. Like I'm about to preach to myself. This is about to hurt. Probably you don't need to add spiritual things. You probably need to subtract worldly or even sinful things. Like, if you could literally do one thing right now, if you could do one thing to grow, I would most likely, probably 99.9% of us, it's not read the Bible more, pray more, go on a fast. It's probably cutting something out. It's probably a show that we need to stop watching or a game we need to stop watching. Maybe a book. Was it? I think it was Doug's wife, Stephanie, who had talked about she was cutting something out. She's our prayer director, and she cut. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was a book she was reading, if it was a show she was watching. And Doug was telling me that she had cut something out. God put it in her heart, and that kind of convicted me. And there was a book I was listening. When I say, is this the same person from yesterday who wants to co-host? Yeah, the same person is wanting to jump on. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. Like, DM me or send me a private message and like introduce yourself so I understand why you're trying to jump on. Um, yeah, that seems weird. Like, you just want to walk in my house and talk. Again, I'm sorry, I'm new to the culture, so maybe that is super normal. But message me and tell me why you keep trying to jump on my streams. And maybe I'll have you on. So with that, get back on track. Oh, and so yeah, I cut out book. When I say read, it's always an audiobook. So, this idea that like sometimes it is a removal. So it's a reminder not to be like, oh, I lost something. Oh, she left me. He left me. Oh, I lost that job. Oh, I lost that friend. Sometimes that is a good thing. It is a removing something negative. In fact, it might even be an answer to prayer. You're like, Lord, I want to. Maybe it's you're very anxious. You struggle with anxiety, right? If so, you're probably not watching this because I think I'm a little manic today. So I'm very high energy today. There will be days like yesterday, I was very low energy, right? Very much that morning voice. My voice was kind of in this registry and I was talking slower like this and we're just discussing, but that's not today. Um, Today we're drinking Mountain Dew and we're ready to go. If you don't like my energy, just come back in a couple hours. It'll be different, don't worry. So with that said, we are talking about something. Apparently the ADD is hitting hard too. I'm now distracted by my own cleverness, my supposed cleverness. Oh yeah, so you're an anxious person. I can distract myself. Maybe you're an anxious person, and so maybe that relationship or that job or that thing that you think is a loss is actually a benefit, because maybe it's actually something that it adds to your anxiety, it adds to your whatever it may be. It makes me think of, if you're a fan of Gilmore Girls, right? It's Gilmore Girls season right now as the weather's starting to change, and there's a part where Rory is, bro, I told you, message. No, this is a different person. If you want to join, and I don't know who you are, like, this seems weird to me that people just want to jump on, and but I don't know. So message me, introduce yourself. I don't, or explain to me why like that's a normal thing. Um, oh, my wife is trying not to get in, but I can't go answer. I'm live streaming, so she's gonna have to. Everyone in my house, almost everyone in my house has keys. Yeah, they're constantly like, I don't have my keys. Let me in. Yeah, now they're just gonna call me here in a second, but okay. Um, I need to get through this point. She at one point was taking all these like extra classes because that's what her grandfather did on his first semester or whatever it was, right? And she was struggling and it wasn't working. She was not passing her classes, or she got a bad grade. I think that's what it was. And her counselor or professor, office hours or whatever it was, basically told her like, hey, well, you might be taking too much. This is like a extended workload. You might need to remove it and cancel some of these classes. And she's like, no, I can't. I have to. My grandpa did this same workload. And he's like, you're not your grandpa. Like, maybe that was fine for him. Maybe it's not fine for you. Like, maybe you need to. And she didn't like that. And I don't remember now. I need to go rewatch to see what she ended up deciding on doing. Eventually, though, she did keep trying to keep this sketch. She kept trying to do everything. I can do everything. I'm Superwoman. And eventually she burnt out and dropped out of Yale for a long time, right? That's where we have one of the best quotes of the series, where Jess is basically like, why'd you drop out of Yale? One of the best parts of the whole show. So, sometimes we need to remove things. sometimes the answer, much like here, where it would seem like they need to be making treaties and pacts and all these things with other nations, the best thing for them were the people who kept trying to cause revolts, kept trying to kill the leadership and revolt and cause dissension and really weakness. They had to be removed. And so there's times that, like, yeah, we just need to remove things in our lives. For example, if you are into fitness, which a lot of my content is fitness related, right? The best thing you can do is not work out more, it's to fix your diet. It's to eat less or eat less of the bad stuff. Like if you want to make the biggest effect possible, like they say, you can't outwork a bad diet. I don't know if I 100% agree with that because when you are 16 and you're on a water polo and swim team, you can definitely outwork a bad diet. I did it. I was eating during swim, I think I was eating I added up one time and it was like 12,000 calories a day or something crazy like that. And I was very thin. So, oh, I think I have a picture right here. That was loud. Come on, I thought I had it right here. Well, there's one, but that's when me and Brandy were first together. Dude, I have all these old, holy moly. These are insane. Should just do photo time one day. Bible club, let's do photo club and go through memories. It's my cousin. She's now married. Here's a random old picture of me. Crazy. No, that was a friend, never mind. Here's some weird Star Wars from Disneyland photos I took. Look, here's evidence. Here's my dad abusing me, right? There's evidence. He was abusive. Just kidding. We're wrestling. He was only abusive because he always won. I couldn't beat him. I still don't know if I could beat him in a wrestling match without actually hurting him. Like, if it was like an actual fight, I could destroy him. But just wrestling, I don't know if I could beat him in just wrestling. Dude, what are all these? I swear. Oh, it was that picture frame. Like, why do I have... These are friends of my wife. Why do I have these photos of their family? That's so weird. Here's an old girlfriend. Here's my friend's girlfriend. That was weird. That's super weird. My sister in volleyball. Why do I have all these photos is what I want to know. If you haven't guessed, I want Bible Club to be kind of chill. And we can just kind of hang out and talk about the Bible and talk about life. Dude, there's an old picture of my dad. What are some of these, though? Here's Trigger. Roy Rogers is a horse. I hope that's not actually him. That's still not what I'm looking for. Well, guys, I was thinking I had the photos that I was thinking of right here. Oh, here we go. This isn't it, but this is me my junior year. If you can see that very well, that's a picture of me in my junior year. I was actually a little thinner here than even my sophomore year or my senior year when I was eating all those calories because I was not eating. I think I told that story in my podcast. And then I got a bunch of Dragon Ball Z cards in here. So fun times. I can't put these all back right now. I'll have to fix that later. Where's that picture frame? Because that was the picture I actually wanted to show. I thought it was like right here. It used to be up. Oh. I'm lost. Guys, I'm sorry. I thought I had it right here. I'll show it to you tomorrow. No, I won't. I probably won't be live tomorrow because I will be in Round Mountain. Well, dang it. It's literally probably like right here and I just don't see it because I need to clean all this. It's all like, everything's piled up in a mess. Well, now I'm annoyed. That would have been perfect. Just grab the picture and show. Anyways, talk about a tangent. So with all that, now I have this giant mess to clean up. They say you can't outwork a bad diet, right? You can't work out a bad diet. And though the exceptions always prove the rule. Like a crazy runner, swimmer, in high school, for the most part, like, yeah, if you want to get in shape, and you want a bigger result, you want to see the weight drop faster, even gaining weight, like you want to get strong, like you got to eat. You either have to not eat or you have to eat if you want results. You can't just work out. That's like 30-40% at most of the equation. And so in the same way, sometimes like we have to evaluate and we have to remove things from our lives rather than just constantly be adding things. Yeah, so if you're an anxious person, like you, yes, it's good to like work on mental fortitude, become a stronger person, work on the mental health, all those things, even, being delivered from it, right? But like all any of the things, right? That's good, but in the short term, what you could do right now, lickety split, is remove things, like remove those triggers, remove things from your life that are gonna make you anxious. Stress, you can remove stressors. Sometimes you can't, but you can work on them, right? Yes, you get stronger, but at the same time, you can also remove things that are causing problems. This is a letter. Let's see what this is from. This is from my sister. It's your birthday, Bubby, and you know what that means. I forgot they used to call me that. I don't. For one day, Mom will pretend that she likes you as much as she likes me. Love, Jacqueline Renee. That's hilarious. P.S. Don't get your hopes up about her liking you as much as Jess. That's hilarious. Hope you enjoy your day. So, I hope you guys enjoy your day. I hope that this becomes more of a hangout where you guys, as we build an audience, you guys jump in, you ask questions. I definitely want everyone jumping in the morning, and first thing is like, tell me what they read, what your devotion was this morning. That would be awesome. And then asking questions and kind of just hanging out. I might get music. We should have music. We should definitely have music. And we can just kind of hang out. And that's the plan. Is I don't want this to be like a go live. I'm going to teach you some Bible study. I just want us to just kind of, again, it's a Bible club. Let's hang out. I will have people come on. I don't know who those random people were, but eventually I will have guests come on. We'll discuss and just make it like a cool Bible show. Yeah, that's the plan. But I don't think I have much more today. So we're gonna leave it at that. Little trip down memory lane. I just closed my Bible. I lost my place. Now I have to go find it. Okay. Well, that was fun. All right. You guys have a blessed day. I will see you. I do know how to turn this off now. So I'll see you guys probably not tomorrow. If I do, I might be able to figure out how to use the streamables. I mean, I used to do this all the time, but if I can get the streamable set up to live stream on my phone, I might go live tomorrow morning from Round Mountain. If not, probably Saturday morning. Yeah, Saturday morning. And then Sunday I won't go live because Sunday will be church service. So maybe I'll start streaming those to all this stuff. We'll see. All right, guys, have a blessed day. I'll see you later. I got stuff to do today. Boop. Okay, that one's done. And you guys